Professor Sam Lingham. Sam is a paediatrician whose sole practice here in Castlewall, Mayo. So
yes, I'm an Irishman, yes. Good evening. Now we're going to benefit ourselves. So for now, let all of us take a nice deep breath. Pray for a second. That's also good for our brain. Take a sip of water. The best water is there. You know why? That water, which David is showing there, goes through diamond. Diamond makes water spin. Spinning picks up oxygen. So that will be oxygenated water, what is there anyway. So now we're going to discuss how we're going to benefit ourselves. Unless we all benefit, and the jockeys and the workers benefit, nothing will change. The other thing I want to say to you all, we all, every one of us are going to live that side of 100. Okay? You all want to live more than 100 years? It is going to be possible. And that's what I'm going to discuss. The same principles can apply to veterinary medicine. In other words, what we do to ourselves, we can jolly well do to animals, horses, and so on. Okay? Right. So, to live long and happily, we need to eat, drink good water, and exercise. That X stands for what you think? Anyone? Sex. Okay, you must have sex. That's no bad. You take yoga, and of course, sleep. If this light is good for horses, it might be even good for us. We need to think about it. We can all, as I say, live longer. But we need to detect problems early. In medicine, detection of problems early is very important. And there is a brochure on telomeres. They are present in every cell in our body. And we need to keep our telomeres longer and longer, and don't let them shrink. Once they start shrinking, we will get old and get demented. You know what medical people are now worrying about, what we all worry about? We're going to be looking after very demented people who can't do anything. It's not the number of carers going to increase, and it's going to be a big burden. And we can actually prevent that also by doing things. Okay. Right. So, I hope all of you at least, okay, I'm going to pass this, carry on. All of you at least should know 4 B's. Your blood pressure, very easy to measure. Blood pressure measurements are everywhere. You can buy it for 30 pounds. You're staying at home in Google and so on. You must know your BMI. In other words, your weight and so on. You should know your cholesterol level because we can do something about it. Cholesterol will destroy blood circulation through not only in heart but also to brain, and we can deal with that. And now there's a beautiful blood test called HbA1c, which will detect pre-diabetes. Diabetes, where by the time you have sugar in the urine and so on, and a diagnosis of diabetes is made by a doctor, you must have had diabetes 10 years already, damaging all systems. So today there's a test, blood test available, which is also very helpful so that you detect diabetes early and deal with them. But in this next 10 minutes, I'm going to concentrate on food. You know, the government in UK and even here talks about 5 portions of fruits and vegetables. No. If we're going to live for 100 years, we need at least 10, 12 portions of fruits, vegetables, nuts and berries and oils and so on. Good food. Spices. You know, when Britain and colonized our countries, the the thing which went from India for sale was spice, turmeric, and so on. So spice, people knew for years and years, is very helpful for longevity. It's not for taste. It's actually used because people knew the medicinal use of turmeric. I gather the British wanted to patent turmeric. They even wanted to patent rice. And the Indian government said, no, 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 we are not going to allow all these things. And that's why we could buy turmeric very cheap today. If it was patented by British Rajas, the rulers will be paying arm and a leg. There are lots of good teas. If you go anywhere, you will see various teas. The latest today is kombucha tea. Here it is. Tea for immortality, it's called. Available, cheap, very good stuff. So, whatever it is, we need to drink 1.5 liters of water per day. If possible, look at the label and see whether they have put the oxygen content in the water. And people are now measuring oxygen content. And I was telling David, if we measure the oxygen content from that tank, it will be very high. We'll do that later, one of these days. And as I said, look after your telomeres. Today there are tests which will measure our telomeres. So you should know your telomere length and make sure to test regularly to keep it longer. And if it is getting shorter, there are medications available, supplements available, and there are notice on this. Next, please. So we need to know what are the good food and what are bad foods. Shortening telomere foods is what I have written here. Out of all this, which is what do you think is the worst in this list? Everybody will say a fat. Actually, it is number 2, the red meat. Red meat is a real baddie for shortening telomeres. There have been a lot of problem about toxins. Toxins are really a nuisance for us. Even rice have arsenic, and we need to go back to cooking rice in the old ways. You know how the old way of cooking rice? You soak the rice, boil it, rinse, drain the water off, put another lot of water, boil it, and rinse, because the water in that rice when we cook will have arsenic. And the old people, our grandmothers knew how to cook rice. We now put rice in rice cookers. Nothing is taken out, so all the arsenic is in the rice. That's why sometimes if you eat a lot of rice, people go to sleep. The arsenic will put your brain to sleep, and so on and so forth. Right, next please. Then we need to really know the good food. Food is the crux of matter. End of the day, we need to eat food of different colors. That's the basic, different colors. Red, green, blue, green, they have all sorts of colors in large numbers. There's no point in eating the same food every day. Each time, use something different. Experiment. Oils. Today we had beautiful. If you saw the colors, beautiful colors. You take different colors, put it in the plate, and eat. Okay, next please. WHO talks about absence of disease and infirmity. That is what we need to really achieve, and it can be achieved, and we all can live for more than 100 years with healthy mind. Next, please. So what we need, nutrition, physical activity, keep our brain going. There is no point in taking, what you think, David, I was going to say? Retirement. Don't retire. If you retire, your brain will go to sleep, and you will have 10 years maximum life. But if you continue to do something every day, work, use your brain, your chance of living long is higher. Of course, we need to maintain good weight and make sure everything is okay. If you are losing weight, always needs to investigate, unless it's a planned activity, because weight is an important thing showing something is going on with your health. You must laugh every day. Laughter, happiness will produce dopamine. Dopamine is good for brain, and therefore it's very important that all of us should laugh. Okay? Shall we all laugh for a second? Very good. Now, you are going to live, you know, we have one extra day gained today by this small laugh. So if you laugh every day, you will be gaining one extra day all the time. Okay? And of course, we must sleep. And if this light will help us to sleep well, Sam, your light might be helpful for humans. It might help us to sleep good 7 hours, very nicely, having good melatonin levels. So there are some good fruits and some bad fruits. Say, for example, I put here banana. Banana has enormous health benefits. If you see the next slide, you will say, okay, keep going. See, banana is full of beautiful stuff. 1 banana a day, at least 4 bananas a week, is better than 4 eggs a week. Of course, it's good to eat 4 eggs as well as 4 bananas. Okay? Now, if you look at apple, apple is very well written. An apple a day will keep the doctor away is true, because the health benefits of apple is huge, as you see here. So we are nearly finishing. I think we could stop here, isn't it? Okay. Thank you.
Okay, we can get in Sam and last word here. Call for speakers is out. If anyone wants to talk at the next HorseTech conference, looks like we're putting on one in the US, we're partner there, which can't be announced just yet, but it's going to be an exciting event because we've taken this event from the Royal Veterinary College in London to Dubai, now to here in Ireland, and so remember, names for tomorrow morning. If you're coming on the trip to the New Curragh, you can also meet us at the New Curragh, but you have to arrange it first because we're all on the zone.
Well done, well done, well organized.
Thanks. All the best, guys. Cheers.